Long ago, before the white man brought his iron horse and his noisy machines, the people of Umwogo village gathered every evening under the great Iroko tree. There, the children would sit on mats woven from palm fronds, the women would grind millet, and the men would carve wood or repair their fishing nets. At the center of it all sat Momankem, the oldest woman in the village, her back bent like the bow of a hunter, her voice as rich as the talking drum. One particular night, the moon was full, round and white like a calabash filled with milk. The children clapped their hands and begged, "Momankem, tell us a story." She cleared her throat and began. In the village of Umwogo, there was a boy named Okoro. He was tall, with eyes that burned like firewood, and a restless spirit that refused to sit still. Unlike his friends who were content to farm cassava, fetch water, and play under the mango tree, Okoro always dreamed of being known across the land. He would often say, "What is life if no one sings your name? What is man if he dies without riches and praise?" His father, a humble fisherman, shook his head. "Okoro," he would reply, "the lizard that jumps from the tall Iroko tree says he will be praised, but sometimes he lands and breaks his back. Wealth and fame are like the shadow of the sun, they move, but they are never caught." But Okoro would not listen. His heart beat only for fame. One day, a traveler passed through Umwogo. He wore fine clothes, his slippers made of leather, and his voice smooth like palm oil. He told stories of the great city of Lagos, where men became rich by their tongues, by their songs, or by their cleverness. Okoro's eyes widened. That very night, without telling his parents, he packed a small bag with roasted yam and set off to Lagos, chasing the dream of gold. The road was long, filled with dust, hunger, and fear. But Okoro pressed on, whispering to himself, "I must be great. I must be known." In Lagos, Okoro discovered the truth: the city was like a river full of crocodiles. Everyone was chasing fame, everyone was running after riches, and everyone was ready to bite the other to survive. He sang in bars where no one listened. He carried loads at the market just to eat. At night, he slept under wooden stalls, his dreams filled with applause that never came. Whenever he failed, he remembered his father's proverb, but pride pushed him forward. "No," he would say. "The yam that refuses to be roasted will still be eaten raw. I must succeed." Days turned to months, months into years. Stress weighed on him like a grinding stone. His hair grew thin, his eyes sunken, but his desire never died. One evening, as he sat hungry and hopeless, a man in a long red cloth approached him. The man's smile was charming, but his eyes were dark. "I have seen your suffering," the man said. "I can give you fame. I can give you riches. But there is a price." Okoro's heart leaped. "Name it." "I will pay anything." The man whispered, "You must sacrifice your peace. You will sing, and the world will know your name. You will dance, and kings will call you. But your nights will know no rest, your friends will be false, and your wealth will be like water poured into sand." Okoro thought, and for the first time, fear entered his chest. But ambition drowned it. "So be it," he said. True to the stranger's words, Okoro's songs filled the land. His voice rang on radios, his face shone on posters, his pockets filled with naira. Everywhere he went, people bowed and called his name. But when the sun went down, Okoro's joy also disappeared. Every night, as he laid his head on his soft bed, strange things began to happen. The voices of the people who once praised him turned into whispers in the dark, mocking him, laughing at him. He would dream of a vast empty hall, filled with shadows clapping endlessly, but when he looked closer, the shadows had no faces. Sometimes, he saw his father in dreams, shaking his head in silence, his words echoing, "The lizard that jumps from the tall Iroko tree says he will be praised, but sometimes he lands and breaks his back." His sleep never lasted. Just as he closed his eyes, a pounding drumbeat would begin in his ears, as though unseen drummers were chasing him. He would wake up sweating, his heart racing like a man pursued. Even worse, his wealth brought him false friends. By day, they feasted with him, but by night, he heard their laughter in his dreams, plotting to strip him bare. Sometimes, he heard a child crying in the distance, a voice he could never find. At other times, he felt hands dragging at his feet as if the spirits of the sacrifices he made for fame wanted to claim him. Though he was surrounded by riches, Okoro feared the dark. He kept lamps burning through the night, but still, peace never came. His wealth bought him beds, but no rest. His fame gave him voices of praise, but also voices of torment. One day, after many years, Okoro returned to Unwago. His clothes were fine, his car big, but his eyes were weary. His father was long dead, his mother bent with age. As he sat by the river, the children of the village ran past him, laughing, free, joyful. He envied them. For the first time, he realized. I chased the shadow of fame until it swallowed me. I sought riches until they buried me in stress. All I wanted was peace, yet I traded it away. Okoro wept like a child. Momankem paused, her voice soft as the evening breeze. Children, do you hear? Fame without peace is emptiness. Riches without rest are chains. The palm wine tapper who drinks his portion is better than the greedy man who dies with a calabash full. She looked at the children, their eyes wide and shining. Remember this, the tortoise that runs too fast will carry a cracked shell. Chase dreams, yes, but do not lose yourself. For true worth is not in gold, not in praise, but in peace of mind. And so, under the moonlight, the tale of Okoro was sealed into the hearts of Unwago.